Thank you.
Hi. I'm so sorry to keep you waiting. We had a bit of a nightmare with the parade and stuff. So it's quite as easy now as I expected. Anyway, how's it going? Alright? Testing. Testing. I can't see anything, I'm sorry, it's very bright out there. Where am I looking? There, gotcha. Oh, it's okay, yeah, dimming for me. It's fine. Romantic.
Alright, we're going to start. First question.
Marvelous. Good morning, lovely. We're no longer in the morning, aren't we? Sorry.
Okay, my question is, you were the youngest of 3 brothers, is that right?
4. I'm the runs of the pack, as they call it.
Okay. Well, was there ever any jealousy growing up? Your brothers, how old did you?
Loads. I was so jealous. No, they really weren't. I was very lucky because my eldest brother, who ironically is a chiropractor now, I grew up watching him do his sort of drama productions, amateur drama productions like Carousel and Bugsy Malone and stuff like that. So I kind of grew up watching a lot of acting thanks to him. So I probably learned something or two of watching him over the years. And no, they've always been exceptionally supportive. I've been very lucky to have 3 brothers who are very supportive, and at the same time they don't really care. It's no different from doing my brother doing a chiropractor job. I'm an actor. My other brother's a landscape developer. We all kind of do our own separate things, and we all enjoy it. So yeah, they've been very good to me. Can I turn myself down? Christ, is it just me or do I? Thank you. I'm trying to like edge away from the microphone. Okay, marvelous. Thank you. Thanks for your question, lovely. Just breathe, it's all good. Come on, it's okay.
This show called First Time Musical was made by students from the University of Michigan, and in it, the person who plays Jingle Malfoy is a girl. So I was wondering if you've seen it and how you feel about that.
Yes, I have. That was a marvelously quick sentence. My ears couldn't keep up. Yes, I have. I have had the pleasure. It's a marvelous thing. Is it Miss Lopez, I believe her name is? Lopez. Clearly, I was miscast. She was very special and brought something to the character which I never thought of in the slightest. So she had a very unique approach to Draco, which was a lot of fun. And actually, I spoke to the guy recently. I forget his name. Sorry, the gentleman from Glee. And I talked to him about it and just asked where it all came from and how it all kind of got to where it is now. And it's amazing. I think it's one of the best byproducts of Harry Potter yet, I think. It's one of the great things about the books and the films is it seems to motivate people to want to create their own stuff. And although I'm sure JK didn't quite see her work going down that particular line, I'm sure she enjoys the fact that people got creative and made it. So yeah, I enjoy it. Thanks, Robin.
Hi, I have a request and anything. Could you say something in your American accent and add a booyah at the end?
Sure, what do you want to say? Is that what you asked? I'm sorry, the speaker. You just wanted me to talk American. I feel really embarrassed about doing it in a room. But no, my neck is well and truly on the line here. What's a good adequate phrase for the weekend?
Have you heard anything pretty southern or
No, I haven't. Please educate me. I'm intrigued. Because all I've kind of do is the Californian awesome man, you know. It's very different apparently to this. So.
Something pretty southern, but you said was bless your heart.
Bless your heart. Well, bless all your hearts. Thank you for that little dialect. Sorry?
Booyah.
Booyah, that's not later about reading offline in different accents.
And
Hey.
I heard from someone that you had a funny story about the Voldemort Draco hug.
Yeah. A lot of people have commented on the Voldemort Draco moment. It was special. He has a firm grip. It's pretty terrifying, to be honest with you. That wasn't in the script, and we did that take like 25 times. He only hugged me once. It was a one-off thing that he just threw at me. And I'm standing there going, what the hell is he doing? Why is he hugging me in this weird fashion? So it was very strange. It was a surprise for me. And I can assure you, with Rach doing it in full makeup and you're in the middle of a scene, it's pretty menacing. It's pretty terrifying stuff, because you kind of held it for about 10 seconds. I was like, it's going to end. I was baffled, and even more baffled that that was the take that they used. But it's really cool, it's really interesting, because it's definitely differs in the audience, how they take it. In England it's considered a very chilling moment, a very sort of, the whole audience kind of goes dead quiet, and no one really knows what to say or do. Over here it's hilarious. Literally, the audience burst into laughter, which is great. I love that. Love how you guys seem to manage, you find humour in all sorts of places. That's one of the great things about watching the US audience, for sure. Thank you, lovely. Hey.
Good morning. I was reading a magazine a while back, and a phrase caught my eye where I saw the line, Draco, Granger, and Zabini will be living together. Not that way. The National Zoo in Washington, D.C. has 3 cheetah brothers that were named by people in Florida after your characters. And the cheetahs recognize your names. I was just at the zoo last week, and
I'm so baffled right now. I didn't kind of get every other word because the way the speakers are playing, but I heard the names, and I heard cheetahs, and I heard... I'm trying to weave it together, but I'm struggling.
Let me try that again. The National Zoo in Washington, D.C.
Yes.
has 3 cheetah brothers.
Right.
Draco, Granger, and Zabini.
Marvelous.
And they do recognize their names.
Really?
I was at the zoo about a week ago, yelled out Draco, and one of them perked his ears up, looked at me, and was wondering if I was going to feed him.
Amazing. That's pretty special, isn't it? Cheetah name though. Well, that'd be awesome.
But the way they introduced them to the DC public was they said, Draco, Granger, and Zabini will be living together.
It's the only time you'll ever hear that sentence, I think.
But you, as a small child, said you wanted to go into fish biology. Unfortunately, the acting worked out for you.
Yeah, we were always kind of expecting to be replaced at some point, so I think that was my backup plan. Unfortunately, you do say some things when you're 12, 13 years old, and they do stick with you until you're 23. So that was one.
Well, so you are keeping up with your fishing, though, yes?
Not as much as I'd like to. It's a very time-consuming activity, unfortunately. I'm a fan of all outdoor pursuits. Anything outdoors generally is worth doing, I think. So yeah, certainly as and when the time presents itself, I'll be there killing time on the bank.
Well, definitely do come to DC and come see your namesake, because he's a
For sure, I'm desperate to meet the little guy. Is he a real arse, or is he like me at all? I don't know.
Hello.
Hey.
Obviously, you've been in the public eye for 10 years now, since the movies began. So I was wondering what the biggest difference or most memorable difference is from being in the public eye when you were younger and just started, and now 10 years later, other than age.
Yeah, it's a funny quote, sort of in the public eye. So in many ways, I really haven't been in the public eye in my life. I've done bits and pieces with Harry Potter, like premieres, but my home life has never been invaded. I've always went to normal school throughout the entire 10 years I shot, and got ridiculed for having white hair and all the rest of it. Those are all things that were positive things for me to go through, I think. So, yeah, I've never really had a negative quality of living in the public eye. I mean, one of the greatest things is getting a chance to kind of come to random places you've never been to before and get thoroughly warm welcomes like you guys gave me this morning. that's a very humbling experience. The weird thing, I guess, now is now that it's finished, it kind of goes hand in hand with what you want to do for a living. We've come to a point now where with the film industry, a lot of it who's cast is to do with publicity, who's in the public eye, and who's appealing to audiences across the world. So it has become a part, something that I've had to look into, and something that is, you get a publicist and they try and help you to make right decisions in regards to publicity and stuff. It's very boring and ridiculously complicated, it feels like. But yeah, it's something that's never been a problem, and I always seem to enjoy it.
Thank you.
Thank you, lovely. I'm sorry, I got off on about 12 different tangents on one question, I know. Just bear with me.
Hello.
Hey.
You've been voted best villain for Deathly Hallows, both parts, I think. Do you consider Draco Malfoy a villain?
To the untrained eye, possibly. I'm sure to most of you guys, probably not. I think he's a very interesting character, and I feel very lucky to have portrayed his story. I think quite purposefully he's written in the first 5 films as a kind of one-dimensional bully who you just hated, and that was kind of the idea, I think. And then we see in Half-Blood Prince and in the Deathly Hallows that he's really just a product of his parents, especially his dad. He's kind of spent his whole life thinking that his dad is this great, wonderful parental influence, and it takes him a few years to realise that actually he's not at all. It's quite a sad story, I think, because his hands are tied. He's one of the few kids out of all the 12 who never has a choice. He doesn't have the freedom to kind of do what he wants to stand up for. He either betrays Voldemort and dies, or stays with Voldemort and probably dies as well. So yeah, it's a pretty glum ending for Draco. I feel sorry for the guy, don't get me wrong as well, I'm not saying he's a saint, because he's a real nasty piece of work, but at the same time, I'd say it's more his parents' fault than his. Thank you, Robert.